Hey, what up, family? What's going on this side for No Picks Podcast?
What's up, family? This is Joe, No Picks Podcast.
All right, so today we have a trending topic. So, got a clip from TikTok, of course. It's some comments that Michael Porter Jr. made on another podcast. For anybody who doesn't know, Michael Porter Jr. is a forward for the NBA Nuggets. I'm sorry, for the Denver Nuggets. Really good player. So we're gonna play the clip. He had some comments about the WNBA, and it kind of stirred the hornet's nest. So we're gonna play it, react to it, and there's a second part of it that we're also gonna react to a little later. All right, so keep that in mind.
All right, let's go.
And they're very talented, but so is a famous ping pong player. They're just as talented as a best ping pong player is just as talented as the best basketball player. That doesn't mean they're going to get paid the same because
they play ping pong.
It's what the people want to watch. You know, as much as I understand females wanting the same treatment as men basketball players, it's a different sport. People, they're not packing out the arenas. Obviously, their TV deals aren't the same. As much as I advocate for women and the equality of the respect of their craft and all those things, you can't pay them the same thing. But I do feel like there should be a little way to make a little bit more money for them because they are very talented. These females want to.
All right.
Oh, boy.
Right. So as you can see, Michael Porter Jr. Made some comments about the WNBA and their pay issues. So, Joe, my question to you is: do you think Michael Porter Jr. has a point?
Yes, man, he does have a point. I feel like people have been having this conversation for a while now, and I'm glad that it picked up the steam. And
right.
Yeah, I agree, bro. It's like, yes, you guys are very talented. You're amazing basketball players, but if you can't get people to come out and fill them seats, it does not matter. You know what I mean? So if people aren't excited to see your games, if people are, that them stadiums be empty, bro. When you see the highlights, when you see the halftime zone, the camera scrolls through the crowd, them Jones be empty. And I'm not talking about like maybe I don't know what the postseason looks like,
right?
Like if they're but like season games, stadiums be empty. So I agree that you get paid for what people want to see, and also how well you do that. So that's my initial reaction. I can see why it's controversial. Of course, with our society now, I can see who we offended.
Yeah.
I'm not offended. I agree, but that's my initial thought.
So, I mean, obviously the guy has a point. Like, so before we did this podcast, I knew I wanted to talk about this topic, right? I brought it up.
The NBA.
Right. So, it was such a big thing. So, I got some statistics. I'm gonna pull that out. I'm gonna
bring it out.
Statistics out.
You got the receipts.
Got the receipts. All right. So, as far as his comments go, all right. Last year's WNBA Finals, it averaged 728,000 viewers, and that was that was the most watched NBA Finals in 20 years, up 36% from the previous year, 2022. Right. Which doesn't sound bad, right? It sounds good, right?
Doesn't sound bad, yeah.
But let me name a couple shows that outdid it in ratings, right? That are geared towards women, right? So let's talk about Keeping Up with the Kardashians. All right? Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Would you guess that Keeping Up with the Kardashians had more viewers than WNBA Finals or less viewers than WNBA Finals?
More.
Double.
More. Double?
They doubled them. They had Keeping Up with the Kardashians had 1,400,044 1 million, just round it. 1,400,000 viewers last year's season. Let's not stop there, right? Let's go to another show, right? Maybe that was just a one-off. Who knows, right? So we got, Bravo. Women love their Real Housewives series, right? Real Housewives of Miami. Do you think Real Housewives of Miami had more ratings in the WNBA or less ratings in the WNBA Finals?
I hear more women talking about Real Housewives than I hear any woman talking about the WNBA. I'm going to say more.
Same amount of viewers, 1.4 million.
So twice as many. Okay.
What else? Potomac. Real Housewives of Potomac. Would you think Real Housewives of Potomac had more viewers?
More. How much more though?
2.1 million average viewers.
That's almost 3 times as many.
So, if you guys want to blame anybody, y'all gotta blame yourselves. Y'all gotta blame yourselves because there are more women supporting women going to fake lunches and throwing drinks in each other's faces, creating fake beefs, than are watching women who are fantastic at their crafts, who's played basketball their whole lives.
Right.
So it's not a us thing. It's not a oh well let's be mad at the men thing. No.
Right.
Because men aren't sitting around. There's not a million men watching the Kardashians.
No.
There's not a million men watching Potomac. There's not a million men watching Real Housewives of Miami. They're not.
And most of them who are probably a little zesty, like already part of the alphabet community. Because I don't know any straight men who sit there and watch and come to the barbershop talk about, y'all seen that Kim K episode?
Right. And if you are watching it, if you're in a room, your girl watching it, your wife watching
it,
you on your phone.
Yeah.
You're not paying attention. You're like, oh yeah, babe, she threw a drink in her face. Yeah, oh yeah, that bitch is a skank. Oh yeah, she faked her pregnancy. Like whatever they're arguing about, whatever they're fighting about,
right?
That's more important. That manufactured, producer-made beef is more important than women, playing their whole life, sweating their blood, sweat, and tears, and y'all supporting that.
Right.
So that's not a man thing. That's not a Michael Porter Jr. thing. That's not a. Y'all choose what y'all support. Y'all choose to give the Kardashians millions of views. Y'all choose to give Potomac or the other housewives millions of views. And y'all chose to give WNBA chicks 700,000 views. And that was up. That was up from the previous year, 36%. It said,
and it'd be funny to see the breakdown too, to see if most of those were men. So even though the viewership was still low, if it was just the men supporting the shorties instead of the women, that would be interesting too.
Look, the finals the previous year, they averaged 300,000 views. Like, what do you want us to do? Like it's not like, and there are more women in the country than men.
Right.
So if y'all wanted to, y'all could make more money than the NBA.
Right.
Y'all could just watch it, support the product.
Right. Absolutely. Anyway. And so there's so much we could say, but let's see what the second part of this, right? It's a reporter. They were talking about this issue. So a woman wanted to respond to it. So let's hear that, and then let's go in on this, because I really want to go in on this topic, but I want to see what the reaction is, and then we'll do that. So all right, so stay tuned, family. We're about to let it rock out. I'm gonna share my screen, and let's play the second. Yeah, this is wild, bro.
Right.
All right, here we go. You ready? All right.
Start with this. Denver Nuggets forward Michael Porter Jr., he appeared on the Pivot podcast with Ryan Clark last week, and he shared some opinions on the WNBA. Porter Jr. compared women's basketball players to ping pong players, asking for more money, and stated that he'd watch more women's basketball if the players dunked more often. As someone who covers women's hoops, what were your reactions to MPJ's comments?
My first immediate reaction was, is this the Kevin Samuels era where men just feel like they have to speak on everything that has to do with women and there's no women in the room? I thought it was shameful, especially given his background. But in that moment, I just realized he doesn't understand. Did they not send him the rundown? Because I definitely would have reached out to my family members and said, hey, I'm going on to this show. I'm going on to the Pivot podcast. They're going to ask me specifically about the growth of the WNBA. You have some direct access, some direct knowledge about that. What do you think? Instead, he went in there with a barrel full of ignorance and just spewed it all over the show. And I thought it was very, very embarrassing. I saw someone say that we are slamming him because those of us who are really passionate about the WNBA definitely took to Twitter X and let him know about himself. And people are saying, no, you shouldn't do that because he is an advocate. And I think advocates know what they're talking about. And this moment, he proved that he didn't.
It's an interesting point, Dan. You talked about the fact he could have even asked his family. And this brings me to the second question here, because considering Porter Jr. has sisters who have played basketball at a high level, his comments, they were even more surprising to me, right? And also it appeared that MPJ didn't understand pay equality within the W and seemed to suggest that WNBA players were asking to make the same salaries as their NBA counterparts. Jackie, can you address or clarify what players in the W are asking for when it comes to pay equality?
Yeah, they're asking for equity. They're not asking for the same amount that men are making. That would be asinine because the W doesn't make as much as the NBA makes. In fact, the WNBA is still slightly dependent on the NBA. So it's not the same thing. And Kelsey Plum has been on every podcast she can possibly think of to talk about this. All you have to do is pay attention. All they want is the same in revenue sharing. They want to make sure that they have the same opportunities as the men have, which means if you sell a jersey, if Kelsey Plum or Asia Wilson, who is the face of the W, if she sells jerseys, she doesn't get a percentage of that revenue. And that's what they want. They want equity. Now, do I think the Players Association should be more proactive in making sure these women can get this equity? Absolutely. But the reality of it is they have been chirping about this for a long time. They've been very vocal about this, and it still hasn't happened. So if you want to talk about the game, talk about that, because these women are incredibly athletic. They do incredible things on the floor, and it's still continuing to grow. And so he really needs to learn what he's talking about and learn the difference of the words before he speaks on it.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Right.
I mean, yeah. I mean, she,
She said he's ignorant. She said he's ignorant, right? I also looked up some numbers. For this podcast. Let me pull them up. All right.
Yeah.
So the WNBA last year, they grossed. Oh wait, no. Before I go to that, we talked about the NBA, the WNBA last year had their highest rated viewers in 20 years, right?
Right.
And they had 700,000, right?
Right.
The NBA had 11.6 million. So,
golly, bruh.
And that was down. That was a down year. They were saying the sky was falling when these numbers came out. They were like, "Yo, this shit is terrible. This shit's awful. It's an awful year. What's going on? Hulu's taking over. Internets are taking over. Blah blah blah."
That's crazy.
So that was a down year, right? But let me pull up the numbers of what the WNBA grossed in 2022. 2022, WNBA grossed between 180 million, which kind of surprised me. 180 million to 200 million between that. That was up from 2019. They made 102 million, right?
Okay.
To put that in perspective, Kevin Durant signed a $230 million contract.
Right. His whole contract is more than what they made.
But the NBA, let's see, NBA made $10 billion.
Oh my God, I was about to say $250 million. This man said $10
billion.
That's crazy.
So he may not know everything. He may not have access to the books and all that stuff because all this stuff is just public knowledge, right? You can Google this stuff, right? They have to file tax stuff and all this. So it's not some secret knowledge, right? But the issue is this. There's only so many ways you can slice up a $180 million pie.
Right.
The owner's got to make money, right? Like I get it. The players got to make money too, but I mean, if there's a pie of $180 million, let's say to be fair, $190 million, your pie can only be so big because the owners got to make money. They got to put money out to have these venues and to pay the hot dog people and all that stuff. Like they got to make money they got to make money. So what do you expect to make? So if the NBA could pay LeBron and them $130 million, $140 million throughout the course of 6 years because they make $10 billion a year.
Right. They're going to make that back easy.
So
this
is just simple. It's not enough money to go around.
Right.
And I don't know about you, bro, but I don't see people walking around with Kelsey Plum jerseys on.
I don't either. The shorty that she said been talking, making rounds. Like, yeah, I don't know who shorty is. That's my fault though, because I don't really watch the WNBA. Don't follow it. I don't know who she is. I haven't seen her podcasting. I haven't seen somebody wear a Plum jersey. So you're right. I don't
know about your school, but I went to LaSalle in Philly. I used to go to the games religiously, right? Because they were free for students. You could just walk in there with your student ID. The guys would play and the girls would play after. And everybody, after the guys' game, everybody just walked out.
Yeah.
And basically, after that time, it was like, okay, it's time to get drunk.
Right. Pretty much, yeah.
Party's over. Whether we win or lost. Now,
Right.
the people that would be there would be like the best friends of the players, the moms or the dads of the players, which was cool. But
Right.
me, listen, I'm about to go back to the dorm. I'm about to pop this bottle. I'm about to pop this bottle of Vladimir. I'm about to pop this natty ice with these white dudes. And,
Right.
and we're gonna rock out. We're gonna have a good night. And listen, we're gonna have some drinks, make some bad decisions. But
it's so interesting. Yes. So I witnessed that too when I was going to school. Like, that people would just dip right after the boys went off, and if the shorties were coming on after, it'd be a fraction of the crowd left. You know what I mean? Like, people would just leave. But it's like, and it's just their attitude towards all the critiquing, all the criticism. Like, the Michael Porter was saying maybe if they dunked more, and
Right.
I remember, was it Tracy McGrady or Shaq who was talking to like a WNBA player and was like, why don't we just lower your rim?
what's that?
Why don't we just so that you guys can dunk? No, they were so offended by the suggestion that they should lower it a little bit so people could dunk.
Right.
So they have this arrogance, this like, no, and it's just like, but we want it to be more interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we want to see dunks, we want to see like super athletic stuff that in the game. Have you ever seen those compilations of WNBA games, like just like air balls, missed dunks coming in, coming out, bouncing right back out, like just weird plays, like, and you're just like, yo, what is this? Like, is this a high school team? And it'd be like WNBA games. The level of play. Listen, they are elite. They're incredible. They're talented, but the WNBA players are like leaps and bounds beyond them. You know what I mean? And I don't
mean NBA players.
Yeah. NBA players. Sorry, yeah, are just it's a complete. It's like night and day. It's like night and day.
The problem is, even if you don't have that much skill in the NBA and you're super athletic, you can be a household name.
Right.
You mean, like, there's a lot of people that weren't really that good in the NBA that if I say their names, you would know them today because you're like, damn, he was a crazy ass dunker. Like, like Darius Miles for the Clippers back in the day. He wasn't really that good, but he was banging on everybody. He was coming down the fucking lane on a fast break. Everybody was jumping out the way, or he was getting dunked on.
Yeah.
Or Shannon Brown for the Lakers for that time. Remember, like, he married Monica a while back.
Yeah.
Shannon Brown was not a good player, but he would come down that lane. The motherfucker was like 6'2" and banging on people that was like 6'7", and everybody was like, "Oh shit, that's crazy." He was kind of like a sideshow. He was kind of like, you know what I mean? But like, when you see that, it does something to you. You just be like, you want to just pound your chest, like you sitting there watching the game. You like, oh shit, like you're like, damn, it just makes you really really hype because you like, yo, like the play could have broke down, right? It's like, okay, like whatever play they called, this person hit the screen. They play in zone. Did a little Euro step. Of course, they're going to take 3 steps, right? And they just come down, whoever it is, Darius Miles, whoever, LeBron, whoever, Kobe, bang on them. And they just like, they look at him like, and you like, oh shit. Like, you as a kid at home sitting on your couch drinking your beer, drinking your natty ice, drinking your Vladimir vodka.
Natty ice.
You sitting there like, oh shit, this is crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But it's not anything, it's not a male versus female thing, because if the females did that, I would watch it too.
It would be incredible to watch as well. Right.
So it's not a sexist thing. It's just like, yo, like these dudes out here, if the females was out here, boom, boom, just pass it off, and you got like, I don't know, Kelsey Grammer, I just made the chicken out. And she just comes up and bangs on Leslie Thomas, you like, oh, I would be like, oh shit, that's great. Like, I would be hyped. I'd be like, oh, cool.
Yeah. It's so we've talked about this in different ways, right? But we always say there are some women who have this mentality because society has instilled in them that they're empowered, that they're, either black girl, not a black person thing, but like black girl magic, or, what is it? There's a phrase like it's the age of women. There's some phrase that they say, but like they've been making them seem like they're like all high and mighty and pedestalizing them and inflating their egos, that they believe it. But then we always say, when you have to leave your home, when you go out into the real world, that is reality.
Right.
And then whatever you believe, you will see if it's true. You will see if it's like exaggerated. You will see if it's just like fabricated. And this is one of those examples where it's like, I'm sure all those shorties were the best at their schools, were the best in college, clearly, because they're in the WNBA. They're incredible. Shoot, they could probably beat me one-on-one easily. You know what I mean? These guys these women are elite. You know what I mean? But like, the women aren't coming out to support it. Like, as much as y'all, the women aren't coming out to support it.
That's the thing that I wanted to talk about next, bro.
Yeah,
it's more y'all in the country than us.
Right.
If y'all wanted to, the WNBA could be the biggest league in the country.
Right.
But y'all don't support it. Y'all support the Kardashians more. Y'all support the Housewives of Potomac more. Y'all support the Housewives of Miami more. So the beef, men shouldn't be blamed for not supporting women's sports because there's more than enough women to support the sports.
Right.
That's what happens when I talk to every woman about this. Every single woman that I know, except, bro, listen, my aunt is a diehard NBA fan. She's just a basketball fan. She's just a fanatic. Yeah. She'll watch any game. It don't matter what. Like listen, bro, she'll watch any kind of sports game. She'll watch squirrels skiing and like whatever. But my aunt is the only one. She will stop everything she's doing. She'll put on a WNBA game. I don't know no other women don't support it that way. And y'all need to go at the women. Y'all don't need to go at the men. Michael Porter Jr. should be the last nigga on your list to be talking about.
Right.
Go come at the 1.4 million women every day that watch the Kardashians, talk to them. The 1.4 million women that watch Housewives of Miami, talk to them. The 1.4 million, the 2.1 million women that watch Housewives of Potomac, talk to them.
Right.
They're the ones lining the pockets of the Kardashians, of the women of Potomac, and the gay dude Andy something, and
yeah.
And the women who actually have talent are just going on the internet and being mad.
Yeah, and it's crazy, bro. Like, the NBA players, the men in the NBA, the players, they are some of the biggest advocates and supporters of the WNBA. They go so hard for the WNBA, bro. They'll wear their jerseys. They'll go to the playoff games. They'll show love. They'll comment. They'll tweet about certain plays and certain highlights. Like the NBA players are such huge supporters of the WNBA, and they get angry that they don't get the respect or the money that they feel like they deserve. And it's just like, you guys are operating at a loss damn near every year.
Right.
Every year the NBA is subsidizing the WNBA league. You guys are operating at a loss. They're taking L's so that you can have a league and play in your empty stadiums. And you're still complaining that we're not supporting y'all. You're not getting paid enough, or as well as the players. And it's like, yo, where's the money at? If y'all were filling stadiums, y'all might be getting more of that bread. How you want revenue from the jersey sales when you still are operating at a? That's what I don't understand, bro. Like, you're costing us money. We're still paying your salaries. You're still on TV. You still got merchandise. You're still in video games. There are all these things that you still have, and you're still probably getting paid fairly well, more than like the average person. They're probably well off. You know what I'm saying? They're probably getting 150, 200,000, 300,000. Like, that's good money. Yeah. That's top 5%. Yeah, bro, talk to the women. It's not on us. And it's funny. Did you see that Bill Burr skit a few months ago? It went viral. If y'all have not seen it, go to YouTube, put Bill Burr WNBA. He goes in on them. Yeah. And he's just like, it's not our fault. Talk to the women who did not support y'all. Like, what do you want from us? If men don't want to watch and we're not interested in it, then don't be mad at us. Go to your base and tell them, why aren't you guys supporting us? Don't talk to us about it. We watch the WNBA. We support the WNBA.
Where are all the other independent, equal women that don't support y'all?
Yeah.
We see them all the time on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. We see all you women, watch the WNBA. They'll make a lot more money. Buy their jerseys.
Right. Buy the jerseys.
Instead, you're watching women have a fake beef, go to a lunch together, and have a drink and throw it in the other woman's face. That's what you're watching.
That's what you guys are watching instead of watching WNBA, because it's more entertaining for y'all. Y'all love the drama. It's whatever reason, this is what you guys are watching. You're not supporting the WNBA. Y'all are failing the WNBA. Like, come on, shorties, get it together. You can't blame this one on us. And remember, we equal outcomes, equal opportunities. Remember, we talked about that. Yeah. We can try to give people equal outcomes, but what we can't do is have society give equal opportunity. Yeah. We can't have equal outcomes. So women can have their own leagues. You guys can play in your own league. You'll be on TV. You'll have your games. You'll have your contracts, your deals. You'll have all that. However, you can't expect to be making the same as the NBA players when you guys can't fill them seats. So that's where it's like, yeah, you guys have the opportunity to play at an elite level and be on TV, on national television, and be the world champions and all that. But as far as outcomes, you can't expect to get paid the same when y'all not making money and operating at that's all I'm saying, bro. Equal opportunity, but you can't get the same outcome. You can't.
No.
You got to work for that. You got to work hard for that. So that's my final thought. I'm with Michael Porter.
Michael
I'm with
Porter
him.
Jr., yeah.
I'm with him. And then and then I know it's getting a little bit long, but bro, when she said, what is this, the Kevin Samuels show?
Oh.
Shut your goofy ass up. How did you bring his name out of no bro, there was literally no context.
There
was no context for that statement.
This is what I got from that.
Bruh.
Whenever you tell women the truth and it's unpleasant, it's the Kevin Samuels effect.
She went straight. That was her first sentence. If I had a soundboard, rest in peace, God the Father, I would have did that. Burr, burr, burr.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's trash. Get that off, bro.
You can't tell women the truth unless the truth is you're a queen, you're a goddess, you're the salt of the earth, you're everything that's right in the world, and men are everything that's wrong with the world. You can't, unless you say that, you're Kevin Samuels.
Right. Bro, that was so whack. When she said that, like, in my mind, I tuned her out. I'm like, I don't want to hear anything. And this is what I'm saying. If you want men to sympathize for you, if you want men to join your cause, if you want us to try to be understanding, when you start off rip like that and just dismiss Michael Porter as some Kevin Samuels a fanatic or follower, or just leave that man, like, once you start there, for people like us, we're just like, it just tunes off. I'm like, oh no, I don't want to hear anything you have to say after that. Yeah. Like the sign language, right? She started off hard with that. Shame, insult, guilt, the need to be right. Sign language. She started with all that. And I just laughed, bro. I was like, wow. First sentence. Kevin Samuels. Yo, rest in peace, brother. You still catching W's from the grave, brother. Like, he is catching so many W's from the grave, bro. Like, I wish he was alive to be here to see all this, because it's been so much because of that. But anyway, bro, that was my final thought, because I had to mention that Kevin Samuels moment, because, we love the Godfather here. Rest in peace, Kevin. But I was like, there's no context for that. You're just in your feelings. You're upset. You're gonna blame it on the patriarchy. Yeah, it's toxic masculinity. Shut up, man. Like, I'm surprised you didn't say patriarchy. You know what I mean? I'm surprised you didn't say. And by the way, why didn't Barbie get nominated for an Oscar? Because Barbie didn't even get an Oscar. Yo, Ryan Gosling did, bro. I was like, yo, how Ken got the award, bro? Yeah, I was like, yes, we winning, bro. We winning, bro. Barbie ain't even win. That's crazy. I was like, that's what y'all get. They made money though. But anyway, that's my final thought. What you got, bro? You got any final thoughts? Cause
like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, please like, comment, subscribe. We're making moves.
We still learning this editing stuff. We still learning like the ins and outs of this thing. It's going to look better. It's going to get better. It is getting better. We're making progress.
I'm ordering my mic this weekend. I promise. In one of the other videos, somebody was like, my audio wasn't coming in correct. Your audio is great, Ty. I'm going to get a mic, probably the same one as him, because it's inexpensive and it works and I can hear the quality. I'm hoping that when we meet up, and shit like that, sorry, I didn't mean to cuss, but we get a nice camera, so that when we get in person, bro, we can get like HD video quality of them. When we meet up in person, that, because people be having like nice setups and the HD cameras. Like, I'm trying to make it nice, bro. I'm trying to get a green screen or fix my background so that, but I'm excited because I'm moving soon too. Like, we're going to be out of here in a few months, so it'll be a different setup for me. I'm going to have my man cave. Anyways, things are going to change, family. Like, I know, thank you guys for being patient. We see the subscriber count is going up. We're at 810. We were at 700 in December. It was a slow grind, but here we are. So we'll take all the subscribers we can. So thank y'all, and until next time. All right. That's going to be a good one.